I'm Joanna Marie, and I am here to talk to you about boys. Now, little disclaimer, I don't really have that much experience with boys. However, I do have a lot of guy friends, and just hanging around them and seeing how they react to girls and hearing them talk about girls, I kind of have a little bit of idea what at least a certain type of guy likes, because obviously I'm not gonna know what like douchebags like or what, I guess really like kind of geeky science people like. Like I only know what the guys that I tend to hang out with like, obviously. And there are tons of different guys out there, types, they like all sorts of women. But I know personally from just sitting around talking to them, seeing who they date, what they like. And so I'm here to kind of give you the 411 on what I would assume an average guy likes. I hope they're average, otherwise I might have like a warped sense of what men like. Woohoo! Anyway, so first and foremost, this is something that I like totally am guilty of. Like this is sort of like a taboo, I guess. But they like girls who are natural. Now, what they think natural is totally like, I don't know. Because I've seen like a girl who's kind of pretty but kind of mousy and doesn't wear makeup like at all. And they just kind of like don't even notice her. But at the same time, like girls who are a little more flamboyant, a little more like me, they're just kind of like, whoa. And it's like, okay, gosh, what's wrong with you? But as far as I can tell, they want someone who's natural. You know, you can wear mascara, you can wear a little bit of this, a little bit of that, but they don't want you like made up. Like, at least not average guys. Like, they really don't want the Kim Kardashian look. It's a shame. I look so much like her. I'm just kidding. Oh my gosh. But yeah, so they're not really into that, which is unfortunate because I am that. Another thing. This is sort of something that gets on my nerves like all the time, like all the time. Because I love food and I eat food like all the time. But when I can't eat food because for some reason, being in this society, I have to like drop 10 pounds and fit into this dress that isn't even that cute because it's not my size. So everything that's not in my size automatically isn't that cute. Period. That's how it goes. Anyway, so when I do get this urge to like lose weight, they hate it. They hate it. They do not want girls to talk about food or being hungry or losing weight. Like that is the number one thing a guy never wants to hear come out of a girl's mouth. And it's like, really? I'm doing this for you, you idiot. But yeah. So that's another thing that kind of turns them off, is talking about weight and talking about food and talking about how hungry you are and how you want a Big Mac and french fries and milkshake. And they're just like, shut up. And you're just like, no. But yeah. So don't talk about food that much. And I know it's hard, especially if you're like hormonal like I am and crazy. But really do try to tone it down. Because honestly, we shouldn't be obsessing about that. That's not healthy. We need to be happy. We need to eat food like a normal person. And I know, like especially around that time of the month, you just want to slap somebody. You're like, you know what? I have issues, and I'm about to get on my soapbox at Walmart and tell the world. But we need to tone it down. You know, they like their girls a little bit more turned down. You know, it's okay that you're a diva. I'm wearing a freaking tiara right now. You think I'm not a diva? But at the same time, we need to like not make everything about us and make it a little more about everyone else. Here you go. These words of wisdom from the pretty Yoda. So, anyway, another thing, clothes. Now I know that whole thing, like we dress for other girls, we don't dress for guys, but actually what you wear says a lot to a guy. Because if you are their girlfriend, you're like with them. So it's almost like a presentation of what they have almost, I guess. I don't know how to say this. But anyway, like, your appearance matters because it reflects on them. That's what I was trying to say. Okay, we're back on track. And so I I don't understand this at all. And honestly, I think it comes down to whether the guy likes you or not. Because I have been at a table and like a girl comes up in a really like slutty dress and you're like rolling your eyes like, oh my gosh, really? You're trying so hard? And they're like, whoa, she's hot. Like, man, I like that. And then all of a sudden, like, another girl will come by, like, almost in the same exact dress. But because, like, there's something about her, maybe her personality, or maybe she said something to them, they're like, oh my gosh, she looks like such a hoe. And like, blah, 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 blah. It's like, we need to step back and recognize, like, you should dress modestly. I'm just going to put that out there right now. I know I'll probably receive, like, hate from this. Like, oh my gosh, girls should be able to dress whatever and guys need to deal with it. No, honey, no. I have brothers. That's not going to work with me. It's really not. Guys cannot help sometimes what they visualize and imagine and undress. They can't. And I know that for a fact because I have two wonderful brothers that would never, like, purposely disrespect a woman. And, like, I get it. Like, sometimes when a woman is in, like, a store and she is totally dressed very provocatively, like, it's too much. Like, if they're honestly turning away from it, you know something's wrong. You know that it is not just, like, them getting turned on. It's them seeing stuff they don't want to see because their mind is running all wild. And they can't help it. So I do think you should be modest. Don't have anything showing that a bathing suit would normally cover. Do not wear something that a doctor would give you a physical in, like, as in to see your body. So, like, at the gynecologist, or if you're going for a breast scan, if you're wearing an outfit where they wouldn't have to tell you to move anything to do the procedure with, that's not an outfit you need to wear outside, honey. It's an outfit you need to, like, put more stuff with, like clothes. So, I definitely modesty all the way. I do think you should look hot. I'm going to say it. I think women should look beautiful and hot and sexy and all that stuff put together. But at the same time, I think you should look like a lady and not like Pretty Woman type. She's a lady. No, like an actual, like, Queen Elizabeth type lady. And, you know, sometimes we don't exactly know how to do that because our mothers didn't tell us and our friends are all skanky. But you just have to kind of figure it out a little bit. Maybe take a class. And honestly, like, looking, well, it depends on where you look. But magazines and stuff, I know Teen Vogue a lot of times is really cute outfits. Like, you kind of, I think we know what is appropriate. Like, sometimes we want to show a little more than we should, and we know that, but we do it anyway. And I think you just need to just follow some rules, set guidelines for yourself. I have guidelines where if something doesn't go down to a certain place or up to a certain place, I don't wear it without, like, some kind of, like, tank top or leggings or covering that is going to make me feel comfortable and not, like, all hanging out. So you need to have rules for your clothing. You need to go, like, right now or after this video or whatever, and make your standards. And I suggest you make your standards high because your standards are going to depict the standards that the guy is going to come up to. So if your skirt is way too short and your shirt is way too low, your guy's not going to be that great. Remember that. So make your standards and stick to them regarding your wardrobe. Because then the guy, you get it. I know. Anyway, lastly but not least, they want a girl, how do I put this without seeming really crude, that's not as experienced as the ladies in Sex in the City. That's all I know how to say. And I know not every guy wants that, but for, like, the average guy, they don't want you to, like, be Jenna Jameson. Or, what's her name? Jenna Jameson? I think that's her name. You know who I'm talking about. Okay? They want you to know, but they don't want you to know. And most importantly, they don't want other people to know you know. Because it makes you seem easy and cheap. And it's just, they want to be a lot of your first, actually. It makes them feel special. It makes, for some reason, like, oh my gosh, I was the first one to da-da-da-da-da. Like, it's the whole, like, landing on the moon thing. Like, apparently that's a big deal and special and whatnot. And it is. It really is. So, my suggestion is don't do anything to a guy you just met. Don't do anything too much on a first date unless, he's gorgeous and smart and wants to be like an astronaut or something, then you can kiss him and stuff. But like, I think the most important thing is you need to know that the guy you're with is the guy you want to do stuff with. Like, don't just do it to do it. Do it because he deserves it and you think you're going to have his babies. Because depending on what brand of condom you might buy, he might. So, okay. Woo! But honestly, and this is from my point of view and not theirs, as a woman talking to another woman, or as a girl talking to another girl, whatever you want to call us, female to female, patience is a virtue for a reason. We get so caught up in wanting that perfect guy and wanting just to be with someone and to hold someone's hand while we're walking down the street so we can be like, yeah, I got a man. But at the same time, it's like, we have to wait for someone who deserves to be our man. That's just how it rolls. And it's not fun waiting. It's boring, it's lonely, and you watch a lot more reality TV than you need to. But eventually, when he does come, you're going to be like, yes! Oh! Yeah! And it's going to be great. And it's going to be awesome. Hopefully. I don't know. That hasn't happened to me yet. But it better be, because I waited. And he better appreciate that. And he also better look like a cross between Channing Tatum and, who is that guy? Avon Jagoya. Oof. Yes. Those two. And he also needs to be a millionaire. Well, not really, but like, I don't want to be homeless. But anyway, I'm rambling. Alright.